Hi.
Hi. So day 3, Ireland. So the interesting thing that happened by day 3, we pretty much knew everyone in our hotel, and we lived in different floors, and there was a bar and a separate restaurant in the hotel, and breakfast was, oh my god, the breakfast. But anyway, we don't want to go into that, breakfast. And so of course, people in the hotel, we got to know their children's names, and we got to know what their children were planning to wear as Halloween costumes. So of course, we were starting to receive recommendations of where to go, what to see. And on day 3, we were guided toward, again, touristy place. Um, and as we got there, we looked at the buses, the big tourist buses parked next to it, and both said, "Yeah,
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
yeah." And right, slightly away from that place was very narrow path.
Hmm.
Yeah, like a dirt path, like literally one person at a time only. And both John and I were like, let's go see where it's leading. Where is it going? And it was a good 2-hour one way.
Easy,
Uh-huh.
easy.
Across the bay, magnificent views. We could see all Kinsale from there. I took probably the best pictures from there. And you could walk to the beach, and we collected some stones, and I found a very nice, very unique seashell. And on the way back, John had an interesting encounter with a gentleman who was native to the town.
We sort of got turned around a little bit, and I wasn't sure what road to take to get back into town.
Yeah, because we explored. We
Yeah.
didn't come back the
Yeah.
same way went in. Yeah.
And so an elderly man was walking and had his grocery bags, and I said, well, I'll ask him the way to go to town. And I did. And he started telling me, well, if you stay on this road here, you'll go right into the heart of town. But there's another way to go.
Mhm.
And he pointed to this winding path on dirt with a handrail that goes along a creek. And he said, that's kind of like, I think it was like our shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
The point being, I can't explain this to you, but he was probably the kindest man I've ever met in my life. It was like all that mattered to him at that moment was Marina and myself.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to make sure that we would stay safe on this path if we took it.
Mm-hmm.
And to be careful because it could get slippery in places, but it indeed was the shortest way.
And beautiful too.
Oh, it was
That
gorgeous.
overgrowth and almost like some kind of fairy tale-ish tunnel, natural, tunnel from tree branches. And oh yeah, it was
So we
incredible.
took
it. Of course.
We just took it.
Of course.
I mean, but in the simplicity of the whole thing, to this day, I've never met a kinder person, and that just stands out.
Mm-hmm.
It was getting later on in the day, and we decided to go get something to eat, and of course we had to go to the pub.
Oh yeah, the different one.
Yeah, so
Slightly further into the downtown.
town. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just as friendly and homey as the first one. No live music there, but just people. People were amazing. And what was incredible, I think I pointed it right away. I said, it's just so different from American bars, right?
Oh,
It's like
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like bar environment. It's really community. It feels like a gathering of friends, and people were singing.
So we went in
Yeah.
and we found a place toward the back of the bar, the pub, I'm sorry. And we sat down. It was quite lively, a
Hmm.
lot of conversation.
Remember, I was asked to sing, and I
Oh,
saw
yeah,
the
yeah.
Russian lullaby. I
Yes.
was like, I don't sing, but if there's anything I know, because I was singing lullabies to Eugene when he was little.
Yeah.
I said, I can probably sing, Russian lullaby, and everybody, yeah, 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 yeah. So I literally had a
Yeah.
crowd listening to me, my singing, which was embarrassing, but I also felt, like very, nobody judged me. They just totally enjoyed it.
And also that what you have to know is that we were becoming known in that little town as a priest and a Russian woman. Oh, you're the priest and the Russian woman. And we'd say, yeah, yeah, yeah. So anyway, we're sitting down in this bar in the back or this pub, and a lady comes up to me and she says to me, I understand you're a priest. And I said, yeah. And she said, well, I want to know, can I do confession? And I looked at her and I said, here? And she said, yeah. And I said, wow, yeah, sure, sure. And then there was a slight little pause, and she looked at me again and she said, does it count? And I said, absolutely. You can do confession, it counts. So she announced to everybody that she's going to do confession. And I can't explain this to you, but it was like everybody just, in a figurative way, but they just sort of stepped back and
Hmm.
gave us our privacy
Hmm.
right there in the middle of the bar, the
And there
pub.
were a couple of guys who just took me under their wings,
Yeah,
and
it
we
took
had a
care of
whole, yeah,
Marina.
like,
So it was this woman. She was a kindergarten teacher type person, like a daycare person. And I told her, I said, I don't hear well, which I don't. And so you're going. And so she got real close to my ear, and she started with, Father, forgive me, for I have sinned. And then she went into her confession. And all I'll say about it is that it went deep. And I just sat there in the middle of this pub, hearing her confession. I pronounced, when she was done, what we call absolution, which is forgiveness. And then she wanted to know about penance. And I asked her, I said, do you pray the rosary? And, and she said, well, yes. And I said, then 10 Hail Marys. And she gave me this incredible hug.
mhm.
Thank you. And then the whole group sort of came back together again, and life
Resumed.
continued. I mean,
Except that was the second time when I said, John, I'll be right back.
yeah. So I thought it was amazing that, this is where it should be,
Hmm.
on the street.
In real time.
God is on the street, in the pub. And we have to be ready to hear the confession, to hear the story. And that's why they come to the pub, is to somehow act out, tell their own story. And that's what this woman did. Right there, not going necessarily, which is okay, to a church in a closed room and confessing, but also on the street. And I remember turning to Marina and I remember saying, I could do this. I could be a priest on the street. I'll hook up with the Catholic priest and he can do the church thing. and I'll do the street thing. And we'll have kind of like a complete program, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely incredible confession.
And I didn't know that she was working with kids. But the present that she received from me was the second item that I brought from California, which was like a tiny, tiny plastic doll that I received in secret. I still don't know who did it. From the kids, from the group of the kids in Calaveras High School when I was teaching them child development. Somebody, before I even got there, put that little plastic baby on my desk. And again, that was one of the things coming from the student meant to be passed forward. And again, I did not know anything about her, but as I was sitting with the guys and talking, I took, everything is closed. So like, 15, 20 minutes after I came back, and I approached her way after by the end of the evening. And I took that seashell I found that day on a walk, and I put that little plastic, baby in that seashell. And I said, well, this is from me. And it was yet another, the look of like, you got to be kidding me.
Right.
It wasn't as powerful as the hummingbird, but
it was as powerful.
Yeah, I guess.
Because without revealing anything, it connected into what she was all about. And she was just amazed. God was in the pub, hearing the cries of his children.
Yeah.
Oh my God. One more time.
Day 3.
Day 3. Thank you.
All right. So we're probably going to wait a little for, day 4, 5, 6, take a little break, maybe a few days or so. But let us know, what do you think so far? And let us know if you want to hear more, actually. So with that, we give you our blessings, and wish you happy holidays. Hug your loved ones, take care of yourself, be blessed. See, that happens again. It blocks me from stopping. Maybe you want to say something. Anything else?
Didn't you push the stop button?
No, it blocked me.
Oh.
So we're still on.
Oh, we're still on?
Mm-hmm.
We got to push the stop button?
Do you want to push the stop button?
Well, try. Or just push it here.